Welcome to Thursday. Yeah, you got to stop moving because
Oh shit.
it's so annoying.
Is it this?
Yeah, like I don't know what is making this sound.
It's my headphone cord is touching the microphone power cord. Like, talk about sensitivity.
But like my headphone cord is like out and about.
Do you have the same microphone as me?
Like what power cord are you talking about for the microphone?
Not the power. I mean into the computer, that cord.
Like
the USB.
this?
Yeah.
So why are your headphones touching it so much?
Because the microphone's plugged in on the left side and I have it on the right side, and the headphones are plugged in on the right side. So the cords were crossing. So
Okay.
I tucked the headphone cord. Should be okay now.
Maybe, yeah, just try not to move. Anyways, I am still so tired and I slept. Like you texted me at what, 10 to 9, and I was probably reading my book and read it for like 30 seconds and passed out and slept like nobody has ever slept before, but I'm still so tired.
Reading literally does that to me at any time of day. I can't read. I think it's a problem I have. I can't make it through more than like 3 paragraphs. I will pass out.
I don't understand. For me, it's
like a
just
form
the
of
Kindle.
narcolepsy, I think.
For me, it's just the Kindle. Like reading, well, I don't like reading a hardcover book ever.
Oh, that's the best.
No. But
You gotta smell it.
the Kindle, my body associates it with sleeping. So as soon as I start reading, even if I go into it with the intention of like, I'm going to read for so long, like I want to get so much read tonight, like I'm going to go to bed early so I have extra time. It doesn't matter. Like I just...
Yeah, we have different goals. We have different life goals.
So, speaking of hardcover books.
Oh, sweet.
Are you going to read that?
I want to, but like I don't want to be sad. Like I feel like her life has been like sad.
I held up the Britney Spears book. Oh, bubbles. Why, you think it's going to be really sad?
I just hate how her whole life was like managed. Like and to see her now, it's like, oh shoot.
Did you read or listen to the Jessica Simpson book?
No, I didn't.
Oh, because that was really good. But yeah, well, now that
I
you
just
say
feel like
that,
Britney is
maybe...
in a bit of a different spot now than even Jessica Simpson, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And like her fame was like way more than Jessica Simpson.
I guess. I'm curious to see how it's written because obviously she didn't write it.
No, she had someone write it for her, yeah.
So do you think that was a really difficult task for the person that was tasked with
Oh, I would imagine.
talking with her and then trying to piece it all together like coherently?
Yeah, like that's a lot. And like a lot of stuff happened and like weird stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I had no intentions of talking about this book, but one thing that I was thinking about was when somebody writes a memoir like this, for example, she mentions a lot of stuff about Justin Timberlake in this book. So is there no like legal or fact checking? Like, can somebody just be like, I'm going to write a memoir now and it's going to be a #1 bestseller instantly. Like every single person and their dog is going to read it. And I'm going to like say all these things about you.
Yeah, I think the risk that they run is that you can get like slander like charges or whatever. I don't know what they call it in the States, but like you can't make up things about someone and then publish it at that level. Like he could have legal repercussions. That's why I'm sure they double checked, triple, quadruple checked everything she was saying to kind of make sure that there was some sort of truth to it. I don't think you can just like go out and say anything you want about someone.
But it's in like, what was the process then? Was she like, I'm going to write X, Y, and Z? And they were like, hold on, we have to reach out to Justin's people and see.
Yeah.
Because
oh,
obviously his people and him would be like, no,
right.
that can't be in the book. So now
Yeah.
what?
Oh yeah. Ooh.
But like, I feel
Maybe
like all memoirs,
maybe we'll have another courtroom drama to watch.
probably unlikely, unless she has people like doing it all for her, which she probably would.
Yeah, I think she's got people doing everything.
Yeah.
Except her hair.
Oh, Liza, that was rude. Guys, this is not a mean podcast.
No,
Okay,
it's not to be
Liza.
mean. It's
Liza
to
gets
say,
her
like,
hair. Liza gets her hair done once in the last 10 years, and she just comes
No,
comes
like,
home from the salon, and now she's cracking hair jokes.
I was a Britney. Like 10 minutes ago.
And
But,
you probably will be tomorrow.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. Anyways, okay, so BravoCon 2023. I will preface this section of the podcast just by saying that I was sent to Vegas. Like, it makes it sound like it was against my will.
Like you're in the military.
I know. Like, yeah. Like, I volunteered
I was a
as
troop.
tribute. Yeah. No, I went to Vegas with HeyU, which is like the ultimate streaming platform of life. I mean,
definitely.
if you're going to have one streaming platform, like, I would choose that because it's all of the
It's a
shows.
big one. It's got
that I
everything.
like. Yeah. So I went with HeyU. They had a group of creators / influencers. Honestly, like, most of the people in the group were very young influencer.
I'm sorry, but Jules the lawyer is like one of my favorite people.
Really? Oh,
Are
my
you
God.
serious? Tell me that you follow her. She's
I do
hilarious.
now. I do now. I didn't know who anybody was on the trip except for Max. Like, I
Oh my God.
freaking love Max. But no, I met everybody there. Everybody was amazing. She's from Toronto. Did you know that?
Renee.
Yeah, okay.
Her brother is a Blue Jays pitcher.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Like, I flew home with her last night. Like, she was on my flight.
My God. She literally went to a Jays game one time and was like recording as if everyone was there to see her.
That's
what she
does. It's hilarious.
She's the best.
Yeah.
She was giving advice to her brother.
You know what's so funny? Like, a lot of her content is like that, and I was just watching her reel that she made for BravoCon, and the voiceover of all the clips was so funny. And she was like, okay, so she was making it sound as if all the panels for each of the shows were pitches to get her on their show. So she's like, the first pitch was Vanderpump, and then the Summer House pitched me, and oh my God, it was so funny.
I would watch if she was on those shows.
Yeah, that's hilarious that you like knew of her.
Oh my God.
So
She's
apparently,
so
another guy, the guy that I posted a picture with, that was like, this guy could be my son, and also I love him because he thought I was 28. He's got like 4.5 million followers on TikTok. And like,
God.
a lot
He's
of the
a celebrity.
housewives, I didn't go to the bar because I started to get a sore stomach, but anyways, that's my life.
Course. Yeah. That adds up.
When they went to the bar for BravoCon After Dark, like, a lot of the housewives were asking him for pictures. Isn't that funny? Yeah.
That's crazy.
So cool. So I think he lives in London because he was one of the ones that was on the Toronto flight as well. There was a few of us from Toronto.
Is he Canadian or he just lives there?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Like, if you live here, you're probably born here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it was super cool. And then they had people from the UK, people from Australia, a girl from New Zealand. Like, it was so...
Can you imagine making that trip?
No. So that's what I said to the other Canadians. I was like, because we got in late. We got in at like 1 a.m. Toronto time in Vegas, and we were like, oh my God, I'm so tired. Like, and then the next day we found out, we were talking to some of the people that were working for the event, and they were like, yeah, talking about the people from Australia and the UK, like, their travel time was like 20,
like for days. They've just been
20
traveling
hours.
for days.
Like,
Yeah.
the time change is like 7 or 8 hours, and I was like, okay guys, like, we can't say shit about being tired. Like, we got in
could
late.
have driven here.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, it was so I did not know what to expect. Do you have any questions about BravoCon?
Yeah, I do. Like, specifically about Craig, because you did mention that he's
Oh.
better looking in person. Because I always thought, how does this guy so confident? Like, I never thought he was really that, like, nothing to write home about, you know?
Yeah. No,
But yeah, so he was good looking.
you know what it is? Like, so many celebrities, and I know people call them Bravo celebrities. That just doesn't roll off the tongue, so I'm just gonna call them celebrities, like for the sake of this podcast. But yeah, so many of them are like a lot smaller in person. And so like we're 5'11", like 6 feet tall. And so when you see, like, you know, Andrea from Summer House,
Yeah.
like the Italian
Yeah.
guy,
He's just
like,
little.
he's so small.
Because, like, you know what I
He's
think? I feel like if he was 6'6" and looked like that, he would be a famous model or something, you
Yeah.
know? Like the fact that we,
So he's 6 feet tall, so he's not like short.
Oh,
but
okay.
he's just so like he was
Small-boned.
Yeah, he's small boned, yeah. Like he was wearing like a fitted suit. And I was just like, oh my God. And like a lot of the girls were like, oh my God, like Andrea, like they just like loved him so much. They're like, can you take my picture with him? I'm like, yeah, I can. Like I can.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like not for me. But Craig, to answer your question, was like he's like tall,
Had stature.
and he's like, not that he's a big person by any means, but he was just like
had more of like a presence.
like a guy that you would like notice in a bar because he's like bigger and he's tall. And
Right.
yeah, like everybody has the most gorgeous teeth and like smiles, and everybody was so tanned. And
Cha-ching.
yeah, totally. I was
That's why.
shocked. So I had a little bit of extra time and I was just by myself, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just do a loop around where they had all their merch booths set up. And so Sewing Down South had a booth set up, and so the only reason I was like, I'm not waiting in line to get any product, I'll just order it online, like I'm not gonna wait in line. But the draw to waiting in line was that a lot of the Bravo people would be at their booths like randomly throughout all of the days. So if you just like looped around, you would notice huge crowds of people like in random spots because one of them was there at their booth, and then you can go get a photo with them and stuff. So he was at his booth when I decided to go do a little like walk around before the next panel, and I was like, oh my God, what? Like
Caught your eye.
crazy. Yeah. And so also a lot of the girls that I was with, we were like, okay, we got to watch this Southern Charm panel because we got to know like what the fuck is the deal with Austin and Shep? Like why are girls like all
It
over
doesn't
these
make any
two
sense
people?
to me. It doesn't make any sense.
So Austin is 6'5".
Okay.
So I think it's
I
like
don't know. Like I hung around volleyball players. Like almost everyone I know is like somewhere around 6'4", 6'5". Like that wouldn't impress me. Not enough to outweigh like how messed up they are.
what's so messed up? I think
Do you watch it?
I do watch.
Like they have the maturity level of like a 15-year-old boy.
Yeah, I guess I don't find Austin to be that. Like clearly like Shep has issues like maintaining interpersonal relationships. Like
Yeah, absolutely. There's
I don't know what Austin's deal is. Like I don't know.
Isn't he like a typical like fuck boy?
Probably, but why does he always get into relationships then? Like he doesn't have to.
Maybe he likes that dynamic.
I'm Googling how old he is because I'm curious.
Oh, let me guess.
Okay.
37.
36. Good guess.
Oh.
I thought he was way younger than me. I was thinking he was going to be like 31.
No, not them. Not that cast. That cast is older for sure.
Oh, here, I clicked on Craig. So Craig's 34.
Did you do Summer House panel or
Yeah.
Winter House? Did they have a Winter House one?
Did they have a Winter House one? I'm not sure. If they did, I didn't see Winter House, but I did see Summer House. Like they had multiple rooms for panels, so you kind of had to choose which ones you wanted to go to. Okay, hold on. Shep is 43.
Yeah, I knew that.
Wow. Anyways, Summer House was really good. It was interesting because, well, you know, the Carl and Lindsay.
Yeah. Oh,
thing.
yeah, they were there.
So that was the first time that they had seen each other since he basically like called off their wedding.
Oh.
And so the whole thing is like she's accusing him of doing that for the cameras specifically.
Right,
Like,
right.
he called producers and was like,
Staged it all.
like tried to make sure that they were there to like when he wanted to sit her down and have the conversation, and so everyone was like, ugh. But he was really good looking too in person. I was surprised.
Is it, how tall is he, you think? Like
Tall.
probably 6'5",
Tall.
6'6" or something.
Yeah. He's skinny, like he's really skinny, but he was
I think
pretty
he's like super into like,
health and
working
fitness.
out and
Yeah. So Loverboy, the Kyle's
Yeah,
beverage there,
absolutely.
they're making a non-alcoholic line of it, which is
Oh,
cool.
cool.
Yeah,
That
so
is
Carl's
cool.
gonna be like the head of that.
Oh, so he's still working for Loverboy
No, but he's going back now to do.
to do the non-alcoholic line?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
good.
And I tried the peach one in Vegas, and it was really gross.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like it's not like a White Claw?
Is White Claw like beer?
Oh my God, I can't with you. Like,
Well, like I don't
can't.
drink White Claw. Like,
I know, but it's just weird that you wouldn't even know. Like, is it a beer? Like,
Well, is it
you
a
don't
beer?
even know? No, it's a seltzer.
which is
It's a vodka-based beverage.
okay. So Loverboy is a wine spritzer.
Okay, and do they claim it's like low sugar or something?
That's a great question because when I tasted it, I drank like probably half the can. I've wanted to try it for so long. We don't have it in Canada. And I was like, it tastes fake. Like, the fake, like artificial sugar
like
taste.
sucralose or
like,
something like that.
ugh. But anyways, they were saying that I think they read the label and there is actually no like fake. Yeah, so it's carbonated water, orange wine, mango puree, natural flavors, citric acid.
Yeah, what's natural flavors?
I don't know.
That's it. I'll tell you right now, probably not natural. It's probably not what you're thinking it is.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
So
they would just list it.
it says there's no added sugar. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't love the taste of it. They have other flavors, so maybe those are better.
It's probably because it's a wine. It's not like as like juice flavor. Like it's more of like an what's that called? Acquired taste.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of like bleh. But yeah, any other questions? Okay, James Kennedy. I just wanted to mention
Oh my God,
that like
love him.
his energy, like no wonder he's never been like kicked off the show or he has lasted so long.
Oh, he's walking entertainment.
But truly, even in person,
That's him.
his energy is so good. Like the panel, everybody was kind of like not shy, but just not entertaining.
Comfortable?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Maybe that's the word. But he was so entertaining in the panel. Like halfway through the panel, he was like, he like gets up and because he had to go pee. He's like, I'm sorry, I gotta go pee. He's like running off the stage and like it was just so funny. And then somebody mentioned, I guess the moderator, he said something about how someone said that he's the number one guy in the group now. And he like stands up and he's like on the stage, like it was everyone's like
he
cheering.
would love that.
Yeah,
He would love that.
he was so, and I got to see him a few times. He was at his booth, just see him like interacting with people, and I was like, he is such.
Was it just
gem.
a booth with him standing there? He doesn't have products, right?
No, he had stuff. He probably has merch from he's like a DJ.
Oh, right. Like see you next Tuesday sweaters or something.
Yeah. Well, that's just the event that he does at Sir, but
Yeah, but isn't it every Tuesday?
yeah.
Okay, well, I wouldn't call that an event if it's a scheduled, reoccurring.
I don't know. Does he still do that?
Oh, I don't know. You should call him.
Anyways, he had a big performance on the Saturday night at like a club in Vegas. Like
Oh,
you
nice.
could buy tickets and go to it.
Okay, what I did want to ask you, was there any mention as to Tom Sandoval's outfit?
The skirt?
Do you think that was strategic? Like, I'm
For
going to
what?
distract them with this skirt so that we don't talk about all the other stuff. What do you think? Because I don't even know if I've ever seen him wear a skirt before. It'd be one thing if you've seen it before, but like you're walking out on a stage where you know people are going to grill you, and that's your choice.
I think
it's interesting.
You know what though? At the same time, if I was Tom Sandoval, I would maybe be choosing something to wear that would just kind of blend in and not make me stand out. Like, why would you want to be so like, oh my God, like.
I guess, but like he's gonna stand out regardless. Like he could have wore khakis and a collared t-shirt. I don't even know if that's what that's called, but and he still would have been like Tom Sandoval, you know. So I feel like it was like let's talk about my skirt instead of my relationships, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, every second question that the audience had for the Vanderpump panel was for Tom, but then nobody fucking lets him speak.
Oh, it's so like, annoying. That's like the reunion.
As soon as he opens his mouth, everyone's just like booing, and I'm like, so stop asking him questions then. Like,
yeah,
it was annoying. But
so like, how late did you party? Like, what's the latest night that you had? I'm just so curious. You're surrounded by all these people that want to like party and stuff, and then I could just picture you like thinking about like making a tea.
Yeah. So the Saturday we had a dinner scheduled for all of us, like a set dinner at Catch put on by Hey You. And the food, so I also went to Catch in LA with Amazon, and it's like a very influencer-y kind of place. They have the best food. Like their sushi is the best sushi like I've ever had. No, you say that, but even if you're not a sushi fan, if you ate it, like the flavors in your mouth.
But is there seaweed on it?
Like the thing that's
dark green.
The rice is wrapped in?
Yeah.
Okay, but listen to this.
No, that's the part that's gross. I just have to put that out there.
But you know what? You know where that's gross? Is when you buy your sushi at the goddamn 7-Eleven. Like, that's gross.
Yeah, my strategy, don't ever eat sushi.
If you eat sushi from like a really good place, you don't even know that is in there. When
you eat it, is there fish in it?
Yeah.
Holy Moses. I could never.
Yes, you can.
Even a cooked fish, I'm like, ugh.
You know.
And now, ever since I cooked you that fish that one time that you stopped by and you almost died, now I can't do it. Can't do it.
Speaking of which, was that the fish from Costco?
No, that was from a grocery store.
Because I always get paranoid now when I make that fish that mom buys.
But if you read any packaging of fish, whether it's canned or whatever, it says like boneless, skinless, whatever. And it says, but can't guarantee that there's no bones. Like there's always a warning.
Yeah, but like it's one thing to have a bone here and there, but the fish that you gave me had like 35 bones in it. It's like they took all the bones from the other fish that came in that day and stuck them in the fillet that you served me.
I probably paid extra for that.
Yeah. They're like, oh, why is this piece of fish 5 pounds heavier than all the others? Because it's full of bones.
Well, I'm just freaking happy I didn't give it to Poppy. Oh my God.
Yeah. But what I was saying, the dinner, the sushi, I eat anything. Like, they just lay out all these different kinds of sushi, and I just put them on my plate and eat them. I don't even know what's in it. Like, it could be, like octopus eyes.
Yeah, that literally sounds like an episode of Fear Factor.
I have no idea.
I would not.
It's so freaking delicious. But anyways, that dinner started at 8:30. So,
wowza. So you were already, like, starting to gear down.
And that was the night that we were going to Bravo After Dark, which was like BravoCon rented out a bar at Caesar's Palace, and then like Bravo celebrity people were going there, and then you could buy tickets to go to the After Dark. So we all had tickets to go to the After Dark, and we were supposed to arrive at the After Dark at 11. But like
double digits.
They didn't end up leaving till 11, like Catch. And so when we were waiting outside to get a ride to the Bravo After Dark thing, I started to get that sore stomach that I always get randomly. And I was like, do I try and go to the bar and like see what happens, or do I just go back to the hotel? And then I decided it was easier to just go back to the hotel, and I'm kind of happy that I did, because none of like the Vanderpump people or Summer House or Southern Charm were at the bar, except for Kyle Cook. I think he was there.
Did he have his long mullet?
Yeah, he did.
That's the best.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was the latest night, and I probably got back to the hotel at 12, and I had half a margarita that night. So like, woo!
Okay, wait a second. Your latest night, you got to your hotel room at midnight?
Yeah.
In Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't understand. We have to go to Vegas together one time, and I'll show you how.
Have you been to Vegas? Yeah, you have.
No.
Oh.
No, me and Mike have been talking about getting married there, but we didn't. I've never been.
It's actually...
But I know how to party.
Okay, so the dryness this time was really fucking putting a damper on my life, because by the mid-afternoon, the whole inside of my nose was just like so dry. It like bothered me to talk because it was so like swollen and dry. I would bring saline spray in my purse and like go to the bathroom at BravoCon and like spray like stuff up my nose. You know the tip of the saline spray that you put up your nose?
Yeah.
Like it has like dried blood all over it, because that's how
Ooh.
bloody and disgusting the inside of my nose was the whole trip. So in the evenings,
Even inside the buildings?
inside the buildings,
Oh.
it was nuts. Everyone's like skin, they're like, oh my god, my skin is so dry, like my lips are falling apart. Like we were all like shriveling up and dying from the dry, like just like the dryness. And then
desert.
the hotels don't help either, and so many people message me and they're like, you should ask the front desk for a humidifier. Like apparently that's a thing, like you can ask them for a humidifier. I didn't end up doing it, but
You bought one though, yeah?
no, well I have one here now, but I'm gonna buy a travel one next time I travel, because even like I find hotels so dry and like musty sometimes, like not all hotels, but
I don't know. Like, I don't ever notice these things. Like, I don't ever like get like too dry where I'm like, I can't
that's
function.
never
Like,
happened to me before, like the dryness like that.
okay. Well, maybe it's the time of
Never.
year there or something.
That's what we were all wondering, because I've been to Vegas multiple times. It's never happened. So, and then also I think just recovering from a sinus infection right before I got there probably also has something to do with it. My sinuses were already like fucked up. And then in Vegas, you can smoke.
Oh.
So you walk in, like in the casino, you're allowed to smoke. So the casino is massive, and to get to your room, you have to walk through the casino.
Nice.
So every time I'm walking through the casino, I'm like trying not to
You smoked a
breathe.
pack.
Yeah, and it just like really affected my sinuses, okay? I like,
Oh my god.
I'm so sensitive to cigarette smoke. Like my throat starts to hurt. Like, so yeah.
I literally looking through old pictures the other day, I saw one at Christmas and grandma is on the couch with a cigarette lit like in our house in the living room. And I'm like, I don't even like remember, because it was just normal. Like,
Yeah,
to just...
and do you remember going to the mall when you were little and the
Oh, it
mall
reeked.
just reeked of smoke?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Every
Especially
time-
walking in the doors, because
Yeah.
they just hang out.
Every time mom would take me shopping, because you used to be able to smoke in the food court
Oh yeah.
at the mall.
Yeah.
Every time mom would take me shopping, by the time I got home, my throat was like raw and
Ugh.
so sore.
Imagine being on an airplane. That's what I think about all the time.
Oh my God.
They used to just sit in like a little bullet going through the sky with just nicotine just floating all through the air. Yikes.
That's nuts. Because
Yeah,
even
you can't
just-
escape.
Even an airplane. Okay, so that's funny, because when I was waiting for my flight, like last night, or not last night, the night before, I'm waiting there and they have this big like glassed in section where all the gates were, and it's full of, what are the machines called the gambling machines? What are those called?
Slot machine?
Slot machines. So it's full of slot machines, and people are allowed to smoke in there. So I like waited away from my gate, because people walking in and out of there, like it was just like smoke like in the air. I'm so Such a loser. So I like waited way down from my gate because I didn't want to be near the freaking smoking room. And I started to panic because I'm like, if some fucker comes sits beside me on the plane for my 4-hour flight and they have been sitting in that room and they smell like smoke,
just like emitting smoke onto you.
Like I'm fucked. Like I was so panicked about that.
Remember when we saw Snoop Dogg in Ottawa and someone was like lit a joint or something? You're like, oh my God. I'm like, Renee, like you honestly, like we're not Snoop Dogg, we're outside.
Oh, at the festival. I thought you meant we like saw him personally. Like
no, it was a festival outside, and there was like one person that started smoking, and you just like could not believe it.
Oh, it drives me nuts. Anyways, do you have any other questions about BravoCon?
I don't know. I feel like we chatted.
I'm trying to think
we covered it.
I'm trying to think if there was anything like noteworthy. Oh, I did want to say it was really kind of like it felt like a zoo, if that makes any sense.
Oh God, so
like
weird. Yeah.
there was the rooms where there were the panels and stuff, but we also had access to this big VIP room, and you would just find like the Bravo people would just like walk in randomly every once in a while, and then all of a sudden like a big line would form like to like take pictures with them. And then they also had some areas with like good lighting and like the backdrop and everything where they would go for like a period of time,
a shoot or something.
Yeah, to like take pictures with fans and stuff. But it was just so weird because you would walk around that VIP room and you'd be like, oh, like Real Housewife, like Melissa Gorga from like New Jersey is right here, and like there's just like a crowd around her, people like videoing, like taking pictures, and like it was just so weird. And then you'd walk over there and you'd be like, oh, it's like Lindsay from Summer House or something, and like everyone's just like taking pictures, like it was just so
now imagine how
strange.
weird that is for them.
No, I kept saying that. I was like, they must just be exhausted after this weekend. They're doing like panels, meeting fans all day, every day. And it's not just like you're out and about, like talking to people. You're like, oh my God, hi. Yes.
Oh, like the muscles, these muscles from like fake smiling would just hurt so bad.
Yeah. Like like I was watching Paige like meet people because I was waiting to like meet her. And the whole time, every single person, she's like, hi. Like,
oh my God.
Like,
good
and
for
I'm just
her.
like, oh my God, it's exhausting.
No doubt. And like the thing is that if there's like one person where like she's not that chipper like person, then they're gonna spread that she's just like the biggest bitch, like blah blah blah, like no context. Yeah. So she did like your outfit though.
Okay. Of course I met Paige that day, and
I was kind of mad. I was like, I can't believe she's standing next to Paige and that's what she's wearing.
Yeah. Also, the fact that it took me like 2 weeks to mimic one of Paige's outfits.
Oh, yeah.
Prior to leaving. And then I meet Paige and I'm wearing what I had on, my cargo jeans.
Like what you'd go grocery shopping in.
Not even. Like,
yeah. Nice.
And like a NASCAR t-shirt that I bought at Target. And so that's what I said.
Oh, that's from Target.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a cool t-shirt actually from NASCAR.
No. So I told, when I like walked up to her, I was like, hey, I saw you guys at like, I saw Giggly Squad in Toronto, and she was like, oh my God, wasn't that like the funnest thing ever? I was like, yeah. And I have the video of it and you can see me saying, I wore my best NASCAR t-shirt for you. But she did say, she was like, wow, you look cool.
Yeah, but what else is she going to say?
Liza. That's what she said to me.
Yeah, well, you can hold on to that, but there was nothing else she could say. There was literally nothing else she could say.
You look cool.
Yeah, cool.
I was like, oh, man. And then I was like, do I tell her that I got my period at 4:30 in the morning and had to change outfits, and I was worried about bleeding my own blood all over BravoCon, and
like she probably doesn't follow you, so
there wasn't
she
time.
Doesn't really know, that side of you. I'd probably just keep that.
Anyways, let's end it on that. She said that Paige DeSorbo said that I looked cool at BravoCon.
Yeah, cool. That's how she said it. Cool.
Oh, and did you know? I don't know if you know this. Jax, Brittany, and Kristen Doughty have a spin-off coming out
Oh.
next year. It's called The Valley.
Oh, I love Kristen Doughty.
She was there
But
too.
did you see Jax on House of Villains?
No.
It is a little bit embarrassing.
Really?
You need to watch. Yeah, he gets. Well, I don't want to spoil anything.
Is
but
it
you
like
watch
Big
it.
Brother?
Yeah, pretty much. But like they're all like villains, asterisks in the air,
Yeah.
or quotations in the air from their whatever reality show they were on. Like Omarosa's on it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What's
She's next
embarrassing
level.
about it?
I don't think he like understood the assignment.
Why?
Well, like they have one competition where they all have to like protect their giant ball, and if their ball gets rolled out of like the area, then they're out of the challenge or whatever. And he was just like going to town, like no strategy, just like crushing people, knocking over women, like just like he's like, oh, I get really competitive. Like, yeah, I think you're missing the gist of the game. But anyways, yeah,
That's funny.
just watch it. You'll be like, ooh.
Where did you watch it?
Prime probably on Hey You,
Yeah.
I would imagine. It's pretty good.
Cool. Cool. Okay, well, this was lovely, and your microphone seems to be working, so that's
Beautiful.
nice.
And my hair is on point
Yeah, for today.
for today.
I'll be
Tomorrow,
like Paige. I'll say,
I embrace
yeah,
Brittany.
it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks so
It looks
cool.
cool. Anyways, okay, well, thanks for recording this with me. It's been a real slice.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.